It was supposed to be an easy job, a week of dog-sitting for a man named Craig while he was away on a business trip. The house was nice, tucked away on a quiet street, and the dog was friendly, too friendly, almost as if it wanted me around for a reason. I remember thinking, this will be the easiest money I've ever made. The first night went smoothly. I fed the dog, watched some TV, and went to bed in the guest room Craig had prepared for me. The bed was comfortable, the sheets smelled clean, and the whole place had this calm silence. But that silence began to feel heavy, like the kind of quiet that makes you notice every little sound, your own breathing, the creak of the floorboards, the faint hum of electricity in the walls. By the second night, I started hearing things. At first, it was nothing unusual. Dogs bark at shadows, houses settle, the wind rattles against the windows. But then, in the middle of the night, I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps moving across the hardwood floor upstairs. My heart froze. I told myself it had to be the dog, but when I sat up, I realized the dog was curled up right beside my bed. His ears were perked, his body stiff, his eyes locked on the ceiling, as if he heard it too. I wanted to believe it was nothing, but the sound grew louder, clearer. Someone was walking inside the house. I didn't sleep that night. I stayed in bed, clutching the dog for comfort, waiting for morning to come. The next day, I convinced myself it was all in my head. Maybe I'd been too tired, maybe the house really did creak that much, but something inside me knew better. That night, I decided to keep the TV on for background noise. Around midnight, while scrolling through channels, I noticed the reflection on the darkened screen during commercials. At first, it was just my own faint silhouette, but then I saw movement. Not behind me in the room. No, it was in the reflection of the mirror on the wall. A shadow moved past, tall and human-shaped. I spun around so fast I nearly tripped, but the room was empty, completely empty. I barely slept. Again. By the fourth night, I was running on coffee and paranoia. The dog was restless too, pacing the hallway, whining at the corners of the room, growling at nothing. That was the night I decided to look around the house more carefully. The basement door was locked, but something told me that's where the noise was coming from. Every night I'd hear faint movement down there, scraping, shifting, almost like someone dragging their feet. I thought about calling Craig, but what would I even say? Hey, I think your house is haunted. Or worse, I think someone's living in your basement. That thought chilled me more than ghosts. I tried to ignore it, but my paranoia wouldn't let me. Around 2 a.m., when the dog started barking again, I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight and crept toward the basement door. That's when I noticed something I hadn't before. The door wasn't just locked, it had fresh scratches around the handle, as if someone had tried to force it open from the inside. My heart sank. Suddenly, the scratching noise stopped. Silence. Then slowly, I heard the sound of someone breathing, right on the other side of the door. I backed away shaking, pulling the dog with me. I didn't care if it looked paranoid. I called Craig immediately. He picked up, his voice groggy with sleep. When I explained what I was hearing, there was a long pause. Too long. Finally, he said, "Don't go near the basement." His voice was flat, cold, not at all surprised. I'd even wait to hear more. I grabbed my bag, the dog, and bolted out of the house. I didn't care that it was 3 a.m. or that I had nowhere else to go. I drove to a friend's apartment and didn't return. Craig never contacted me again. No apology, no explanation, not even to pick up his dog. And sometimes, late at night, I still hear those slow footsteps in my head. Only now, I wonder if Craig ever even left the house at all. Ye surf pehla hase, Craig's story expanded. Agar ye style or length aapko pasand aayi, to main isi flow mein baaki dono kahaniyan, Alan wali Airbnb or Eric roommate